Hello there, folks! My name is Walt, and welcome back to Lovely Little Thieves. Now then, last time we had reached the end of the path to reveal... The sight that met us was so shocking that Randy dropped me flat on my bottom. I didn't even feel it. Well, you wanted to find shelter. That's some hardcore shelter right there. Damn! Tubular! I say we just run up and ring the bell. You don't. You don't think anyone lives there, do you? Look at the place! No. I mean, that's crazy, right? But how can anyone live all the way out here in the wilderness and a broken down mansion like that? There's only one way to find out. Let's go take advantage of some hospitality. I mean, it may be old, but it's a pretty swank house if you don't mind the whole obviously haunted thing. Yeah, let's go make friends with some ghosts. Maybe the undead on the spring break too. Woo! Ghost party! You people make my head hurt. There's no such thing as ghosts. Oh, you are so gonna have a ghostly encounter. That's not even funny. I'm just glad our efforts have paid off so handsomely. That's one bitchin' mansion. And I bet it'll be all ours for the night. Hey now, we haven't even decided if we're going in there or not. We should take another vote. This place seems fishy. Aw, man, come on! Vote Shmote. There's nothing you can do to stop me, Russ. This is fast becoming asinine. Why bother coming all the way out here, then? I'm just not sure it's safe, okay? And why the hell not? Well, okay, I can actually point out one really good reason why Russell's gut feeling is actually correct. There's foliage growing all over this house. And that crap can, like, just get into cracks in buildings, just, like, it'll just work its way in there real slow. And, like, depending on how long ago this mansion was made, there's a good chance you could probably touch it and knock over a wall. That's why you probably don't want to stay here. But if we use that logic, then we wouldn't have a good old Scooby-Doo mystery, now would we? 72. Huh? Do you see up there? Above the threshold of the mansion door. It's marked with the number 72. I wonder if that means it was a residential address once. Is it still a residential address? I mean, if someone is living in there. Supposedly. But that flies in the face of logic in its own way. The place is completely isolated in the forest. There's no 70 or 74 that we can tell. If there ever was an access road to a community here, it would have been quite a long time ago. Trying to find this establishment without prior knowledge would be a nightmare. Nightmare? I looked back up at the mansion and felt a familiar freezing dread begin to sprout inside me. Why was everyone so happy to find this place? How did everything that happened in the past 2 hours lead up to us getting so excited over this awful, creepy place? Weren't we all happy about going to Florida before? Everything had changed so fast and I just got along for the ride. Suddenly a wave of hot, acrid air billowed down from the estate and slammed into my body with a painful, numbing impact. It was like I'd been hit by lightning. The stench and the heat from the blow rolled over me, and I collapsed to the ground, gasping for breath. Dawn! Not again! Maybe this is serious. None of them felt that? Were my nightmares just completely merged with reality now? Nope! Snake Man is back! I tried to speak, but all that came out was another coughing fit. Should we move her inside, or...? Definitely. Looked like she's coming down with something nasty. Yeah, okay. Okay, we're going in. Dawn, do you want us to take you inside? There. All for the sake of moving the story forward. Please, take me in. I need to lie down for a while. Just get me away from this horrible snake before I start screaming. Okay, let's move. Russell gently lifted me off the ground to carry me up the hill. Slowly, he followed behind the rest of the group to the mansion's front door. The rest of the group, except for Jay, that is, he lingered behind Russell, quiet as a ghost except for his soft, sneakered footsteps. I realized that every step we took further up the hill was lessening the pain in my chest little by little. I heard fist beats on the door. Now only... Oh, I'm sorry. I clicked back. Oh well. I heard about those things rather than saw them because I was looking over my shoulder at Jay. He was staring down half-lit at his left hand. He had it pressed firm against his chest with a familiar red cord trailing down from his fist. Wow, this place is really pink. Like, really pink. Wow. The second we entered the mansion and the door closed behind us, I gasped. I know, right? This is some majorly posh stuff. Major. Really? Looks like a major fixer-upper to me. Well, yeah, it's an abandoned mansion, but as abandoned buildings go, this is choice for sure. Abandoned? I thought someone opened the door for us. No, the door just swung open when I knocked on it. Maybe the latch is broken. I would have taken a look, but then Danny kicked open the rest of the way and ran in, so... Eee! Look at this place! It's fucking fabulous! I'd even take the cobwebs. Now, where can we find some soft beds? The luxury of the mansion wasn't what made me gasp, but unfortunately I couldn't tell Danny the real reason. I feel a lot better now. Really? Are you sure? If you need to lie down, we can try and find a fainting couch. What's a fainting couch? It's exactly what it sounds like. Ladies faint on them, presumably. This looks like the sort of estate that would have about 20 of those. I'm fine, guys. I feel 100% better. It's just some weird dizzy spell. That was the truth, but for the first time, I wish it had been another lie. Now that we were inside the mansion, I was feeling better than I had all day long. The pain in my chest was completely gone, and so was the pain in my head. I gasped when we entered the mansion because I felt like I was finally able to breathe for the first time since I had woken up in the van a few hours ago. But I also gasped because somehow I knew this place was dangerous. Before I could scream or try to run back out, though, this calm feeling washed over me. It was like, yes, it is dangerous, but you will be safe here. Only me. It was a question with no answer. I glanced around at my friends, already exploring the hallway. I was terrified, and if I didn't do something to get out of my mind off of what was happening to me, I was going to start screaming. I needed answers now. Should we at least try and see if anyone lives in this place? Yes, we definitely should. Search the house. Because after all, what else do you do in a Scooby-Doo mystery but split up and explore? I think we should search the house just to be safe. Really? But isn't that kinda invasive, intrusive, illegal? Yeah, I'm not sure I feel good about that. Now this place isn't really abandoned. We could get in serious trouble. But if we're gonna stay here tonight, it's still better to ask permission first, isn't it? Well, we definitely want to have anywhere else to go. I think a little game of hide and seek could be fun. I'm much more concerned with the possibility that no one is living here. It begs the question of what we'll find a place that's been abandoned to the elements for this long. Come on, dude, it's just the old house. It's not really haunted. There's nothing to be afraid of. Ah! Danny? Hang on, we're coming! We rushed to the other side of the hall where Danny was cowering in a corner. She whimpered and pointed a sharp, shakily finger at a floor a few feet away. A cockroach?! You screamed that loud over a cockroach. We thought you were dying or something. It crawled out of my bonbon bag like an icky little chocolate with legs. The Voro Duce packet sat flat on the ground, its little half-melted bonbon still rolling away across the floor. The target of terror, a palm-sized cockroach, was still inside the bag, cleaning its nasty cockroach head. That is fucked up, and you would scream bloody murder too! Oh, Danny. I love it! Cockroach! Because we totally need a comic relief right now. Alright. Actually, I would scream like a little bitch if I found a cockroach in a bag of chocolates too. You're right. Sorry it scared you, Danny. You're okay though, right? Yeah, I'm fine. Total waste of gourmet chocolate though. Yuck. Damn thing is pretty gross. Just don't make us piss ourselves over nothing next time, okay? Sorry, I don't like bugs and I really don't like chocolate thieves. Wait, next time? Well, yeah, I mean, there's probably a bunch of those things living here. There better not be! Oh my god, I would just die! Does anyone else want to get rid of it? Let's see, squash it or shoo it? Oh, I wonder what would happen if we shoot it. Like, would it come back later? Let's shoo it. Go! Shoo, you filthy bug! I grabbed the bag and shook it. The cockroach skidded away. Blig! I swept the scattered bonbons into the bag, crumpled it up, and tossed it behind the stairs. I would have felt worse about littering, but the corner I tossed it into was filled with dust and spiderwebs, and I didn't see a trash can around. Hey, Dawn! Uh-huh? Do you still really want to search the house? I need answers. I felt sure this mansion had those answers tucked away somewhere. Yes, I do. Okay, well then, lady's choice. We'll search the place. Oh, are you saying I'm not a lady? You want to search the mansion too, don't you? Sure enough! Well, so what I mean was, never mind, it doesn't matter. I'm tired of being angry today. We all got here safely, and we've got a pretty amazing find on our hands. Let's just have some fun and explore. We'll worry about the details later. Hell yeah! And with that, everyone scattered in all directions to investigate our home away from home for the night. Everyone except... Hey, Dawn! I need someone to protect me from all the spooky ghosts. Want to be my bodyguard? I thought I'd look around the hall a little more first, if that's okay. Sure, I think everyone's headed to the second floor, so I guess I'll start there. Come find us when you change your mind. I will. Thanks, Randy. Randy nodded and pat me awkwardly on the back. You take care of yourself, okay? You had us all really worried earlier. We care about you. You know where to find me. You know where to find us. Bye. I waited until all the footsteps of my friends had disappeared. Then I cleared my throat and challenged the empty air. I know you're watching me. Why don't you come out and explain yourself? I didn't hear the immense sigh that pushed against the walls of the mansion with a horrible creak, but I definitely felt it. How many times are you going to ask me that? You like the answers less and less each time I give them to you. I don't like that very much. In fact, it makes me sick. I'm cold. It's so cold here. There's a rumble rolling through my bones. It's coming from somewhere deep beneath me. Beneath me? Wait, isn't this the... Where is that? Am I standing? Am I floating on my back? I can't feel anything except the freezing cold and the aching rumble, but where is it coming from? Where am I? No, I know where I am. I know who I am. I'm not gonna fall for the same trick twice. That's enough. It's time you gave me some answers. Nothing but cold, black silence in response. Look, we both know you can hear me. Let's go for who are you? Who are you? You have to be real. There's no way I'm just imagining all this crazy stuff. So are you some kind of monster or just someone playing a sick joke? Those eyes you keep showing me, they're not human. So it's either a joke or you're just spit it out. What do you want with me? The ground rumbled. I could definitely tell I was standing on solid ground now, even if it was invisible in the bleak void. Suddenly, a ripple began to break up the blackness. And we can taste colors again! Love it! I was stunned. Colors of every shade and hue were starting to bleed into the void, brighter and brighter with every passing second. First, I thought it was just colored light, but then I realized the colors were thick and floating down toward the invisible ground like fog. The smoky layer of color kept spreading out in my direction. The damp heat it gave off pricked my skin and I shivered. It was nice to be able to feel something again, even if it was still in a nightmare. I was mostly surprised because unlike every other part of the nightmarish experience, the rainbow fog seemed safe. It seemed good somehow. It was calling out to me to approach it, and it made me uncomfortable. But it wasn't the same feeling of being led along by the snake. This was the good kind of inviting. So is that you, or is this another trick? Let's do it! Charge forth! No point in waiting around. The fog is going to reach me eventually, so I might as well dive in and get it over with. I race toward the horizon of color and find myself completely surrounded by it after only a few moments. I went from feeling icy cold to burning up almost instantly. It's too hot in here. Apart from the heat, it felt like completely normal fog. Well, that would mean it was more like steam than fog, wouldn't it? What does it matter what it feels like? What does this fog mean? Why is it here? No. Where's the monster behind this? I'm gonna drag him out in the open and make him pay. That's silly. You're just a little girl. You're in way over your head. I want to go home. I want to go home right now. Huh? What the heck was that? It's like I've gone through a roller coaster of completely different emotions and thoughts inside of a couple of seconds without even noticing. Were they even my thoughts? Why would I want to go home? Really, I just wished I never left home to begin with. But that's not true. Aren't you glad you met Randy and Jay? Aren't you glad you learned more about Colin? Those assholes? Yeah, right. No, that wasn't how I felt at all. Something was definitely wrong. Must be the fog that's doing this to me. Well, folks, as you can see, quite a bit has happened. We are now fighting with our own voices inside our heads, which may or may not be caused by the giant red glowing eyes of Demon Doom. I'll think of a better name for that later. But I gotta say this about this. I really feel like there's a lot of Evangelion inspiration in this moment. Like, I maybe it's just, like, because I, watched it last month. But I definitely feel like there is some inspiration from that here. And I'm very curious to see how much further this goes. But we'll have to find out next time on Walt Plays Lovely Little Thieves. Till then, folks, later.